Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Roxanne. If it's your first time here, then welcome. Today I want to talk to you guys about the next 5 books that I've read. Actually, I'm going to talk about 6, but one of them is a quick reread. I started rereading Harry Potter, and so I have read, I should have probably mentioned it in my last book wrap up, but I read The Sorcerer's Stone, and then I read Chamber of Secrets in this next sort of lump of books. So those are just rereads. You guys know that I love them. I started reading and unfortunately DNF'd The Lonely Hearts Hotel by Heather O'Neill. This book is about 2 orphans. They meet when they're young, and it's about their lives, how they're separated and they come back together, and it's about love. And it's compared to The Night Circus, because I do believe that they perform and they do have end up in a circus, but I didn't get that far. You can tell that she can write, but at the same time, at times it felt a little bit too much, and it felt like she maybe was just writing to sort of get a reaction out of you. I didn't really feel any connection with the characters, and so I just kind of decided there's too many books out there to read, and this one isn't really interesting me, so I decided to DNF it. Then I got into sort of a cozy books about books kick, and the first that I read of those types of books was The Secret Book and Scone Society. And this is by Ellery Adams, and it's the first in the Secret Book and Scone Society series. And this focuses on a woman named Nora who has moved to a new small town. She has opened up a bookshop and offers the services of bibliotherapy, which is essentially picking a book that will help you get through whatever you're going through. May that be a positive companion to a good thing that you're going through in your life, or a book that might help you get out of a difficult situation, or help you through a difficult situation that you may be in. And so a man that she begins to talk to one day and invites to her store ends up dead, and like most cozy sort of mystery books, it goes from there. She gets involved and wants to see who killed them and help to solve the murder. So she and 3 or 4 other women who are also work in the same community, work and live in the same community that she's in, become friends and work together to try and figure out what happened. And they talk about books. One of them bakes scones, and they each have secrets that they reveal to each other as a means to try and get each other to a point of trust and friendship. And it was really cute, and was really cozy, and I really enjoyed my time reading it. And so if you're kind of in the mood for that, I recommend it. Then 2 more that I read along the same lines. One is Death by Coffee, a bookstore cafe mystery by Erickson. This is also the first in a series. And there is a bookshop / bookstore that has opened up, and on the first day that it opens up, one of the clients dies. And so it's about the bookseller. So there's 2 women that run the store. One runs the bookstore and one runs the coffee shop, and it's actually not the bookseller, it's the coffee shop owner who becomes most involved in this because they think that it was her coffee that may have caused the death. And so yeah, I mean, these are all very tropey, and they follow a very similar way of being written, but they're my comfort reads and I enjoyed them. Then I read one that's not a cozy mystery, but it is a very cozy book, and it is The Bookshop on the Corner by Jenny Colgan. This is about a librarian in Birmingham, I believe. She loses her job as they're closing down libraries, and she sort of comes to the realization that she's always dreamt of having a bookshop, and someone gives her the idea of having a sort of moving bookshop. So she decides she's gonna buy a van and fill it up with books and sell them. And it's about her sort of coming into her own, her finding her own voice, her really starting to live her life the way that she wants to live it. And it's very has a very sort of positive outlook on becoming a bookseller and having your own bookstore. And it's very cute, and it's very comforting and very cozy. It's set in Scotland. It has some really cute, great characters. It has a nice romance in it as well. So I really enjoyed it, and Jenny Colgan has written quite a few books, so I will probably pick some of her other ones up for maybe for the spring and the summer. Then the last of my batch for this wrap up is My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyinkan Braithwaite. And this book is very sort of minimal and tiny in all the possible ways that it can be. Physically, it's very small. It's a very small hardcover. It's like it's just slightly bigger than a mass market, really. And the way it's written is very minimal, which I enjoyed. I don't always need long, elaborate, flowery writing, as long as the sort of minimal aspect of the writing doesn't feel choppy, which it didn't. I quite enjoyed it. It's about a nurse whose dinner is disrupted one day when her sister calls her and tells her that she has killed a man. And this is now the third man that she's killed, and each instance she has said that it is in self-defense. So it's about how our main character, Corday, begins to question her sister's motives, sort of grapples with the idea of should she be helping her sister. She kind of wants to turn her in. Does she tell somebody? And all of that comes to a head when her sister begins a relationship with the man that Corday is in love with, who is her doctor boss. And overall, I enjoyed it, but I didn't find it to be anything spectacular. It does touch on some very interesting things. The sisterhood between them, their father, the very difficult, bad relationship that they had with their father, and how that could have led to how her sister is, and also how that led to their relationship as sisters. What you're willing to do for family, how men view women, their expectations for them, especially when it's a woman that's very, very beautiful, as Corday's sister is. And so it touches on a lot of different things, but overall, I mean, I can't really say what itself was missing. I just maybe didn't connect with it in ways that other people have. I did really enjoy it, and I did enjoy it, and I would recommend it, but I didn't think it was anything magnificent that really blew me away. Though I will pick up other things by her because I'm curious to see what else she can come up with. So those are the last 6 books that I have read recently. Let me know if you read any of these and what you thought. As always, thank you for watching and for listening. I love you guys very much.